I know nature and perception checks are the default that your character makes when you're trying to learn the weaknesses and know your enemy.
Who says that? Literally who? First off, let's address the Loxodon in the room. No, not you. You're fine. Who makes skill checks in the middle of combat? I have not come across a single player that, once initiative has been rolled, doesn't jump to murder hobo mode. It's just turn order. Calling for initiative doesn't necessarily mean you're under attack or have to fight anything. Anywho, the point being that players would rather focus on using their abilities, attacks, effects, and actions while they can before even considering the situation or thinking through it. Even if you do have innovative, creative, tactical, or ruminative players, when they are faced with a monster, they're not going to start considering logical thought. That time has passed. Taking the 6 seconds in real time that is a player's turn to try and learn something about a creature is not the time or place to do so. The time for planning, preparation, and research should be done in the minutes or months prior to facing your players with a new enemy. If you have seen proper monster movies, not even horror films, I'm talking legitimate monster movies like Predator or Godzilla, most of what the film is about is a discussion about the creature before its debut. Once it's been revealed, the time for talk is past. The Lord's work must be done, and they either tame it or kill it. Properly planning out encounters is not just about the battle map, stat blocks, and tokens. It's all about the preparation before that and how you lead your players through the adventure. Sure, you could have just a random animal attack, but the real challenge and intrigue are the far more serious creatures, not just for their deadliness or but their lore and the story you present them with. Their environment and relative history. The world around the player should give them information should they look for it, without them needing to make random dice rolls for skill checks on their combat turn.
But I want to make a case that I think a history check could also accomplish a same or similar thing.
A history check? Obviously. History checks are used to determine if a character knows something. Sometimes this is just asking, would I know this? But it can also be, do I remember? Which are two different things. Seeing if you have had an experience is different from being able to recall information from an experience that you know you have had. These are the fun tools of a DM that allows us to present the world and tie in characters through their backstories. Characters from different areas and backgrounds will have different information from their various experiences, so simply asking if you have met a creature before should not be a foreign concept for players, but it's up to the DM to provide them these options. Nature, perception, and investigation also yield different information and should have different DCs and information for individual characters. In fact, I would say that survival is probably the most prevalent skill useful in determining information while in the field. Being able to tell the color of a chromatic dragon you're facing shouldn't require a perception check, but perhaps in a world where dragons are rare or extinct creatures, PCs would not and should not know what the different colors mean. That is the difference. That's why player knowledge should be separate from character knowledge, because it can accidentally lead them into trouble without them realizing it. DMs should be liberal with their descriptions and also grant additional info when players make proper checks and characters have relevant history, senses, or other abilities. It all depends upon what the DM wants to provide and what the campaign setting is. Players should be able to offer whatever skills they would like to use just as much as the DM determines what skills are relevant. The different skill checks should grant different information, just as much as how well the dice roll determines the amount of information they glean. All in all, it depends on what the situation is, the player should have the freedom to try stuff, and the DM will provide what they will. For the rest of this video, please check out the Church of Doom's channel for the video, How to Defeat Your Enemies with History Checks.